Okay.
Okay. All right. You just witnessed a conversation. Can you guess what was said in that little conversation?
Oh my God.
We are Brian and Elisa Hope, and with a lot of years as a pastor,
A lot of years as a mental health therapist. Sorry, I'm still laughing.
and even more years being married to each other, we have hopes for your marriage.
Here we go.
All right, we're continuing our little mini series on communication, and today we're focusing on,
Da-da-da-da.
guess what? Body language.
Yes.
And in that regard, we are all experienced linguists, but
Yes.
we're going to get better.
Yep. So our body is telling a story. Always telling a story. And in fact, it's telling a truer story than even your words. Though we just often aren't aware of it because it is so instinctual. It's often subconscious. It's involuntary. So we aren't always aware of what our body is telling. So we have learned over many years to be very careful observers of people's body language. And if what they're saying doesn't match with what their body is conveying, we will always pay attention and listen to the truer story of the body.
That's right. We've also learned as human beings to manage that body language because we know that it will be so easily and quickly believed. So we will use our body language to hide or cover what we are actually feeling or what we want people to present ourselves in a certain way. We call it putting on a front because we're managing our body language. Or at least we think we are.
Some are better at it than others.
That's right. Poker players are great at it. Spies probably really good at it. But just normal married people, we're probably not that great at it. Yeah. Therefore, we want to grow in our skill. We want to grow one another, and we want you to grow in your skill at both reading and conveying what you want to communicate through your body language.
So first things first, become an observer of what might be going on and the connection between your brain and your body. Be a detective. Brian coined this great phrase a few episodes ago.
NJN.
Non-judgmental noticing
Yeah,
is what
watch
that
out.
stands.
Merchandise on its way.
So we're trying to have a growth mindset here. We're trying to grow in this skill of recognizing what our body is communicating. And as I mentioned, we're often very unaware of it. And so in order to grow in that, we need to be able to start noticing things, and judgment just shuts it right down. As soon as we start like picking apart ourselves or others, then we typically aren't able to see what actually is going on. So start as being an observer of your own body language. Today, just start noticing what you're thinking about and then what your body is doing. Just as a little example, what's really interesting is go stand in front of a mirror and close your eyes and think about something or someone that really stresses you out. And think about that for a minute. Visualize that, a situation. Open your eyes and see what your body has done. Or you can do the opposite. Think about somebody or something where you feel very loved and safe. Notice when you open your eyes, what's the expression on your face? How are your shoulders sitting? It really is a powerful kind of exercise.
That's a fantastic idea. All right, we're all going to have mirror time later today. Yeah. Also, as you are non-judgmentally noticing yourself, offer that to your spouse. It's what we talked about in an earlier episode called reflective listening, our mirror listening episode, where we're reflecting back what we're hearing, but let that also fall into the context of body language. In other words, you might say, hey, I'm noticing that you're tapping your foot a lot today. Is there something on your mind? Are you feeling anxious about something? Because I'm noticing that. Or you look very relaxed and content and happy today. I'm noticing your body language, and what it's saying is that you're really in a good place today. And I hope that's the case. Let's talk about that. So offer that non-judgmental noticing to your spouse as well. it'll help your spouse connect the dots of what they're feeling, thinking, and what their body is communicating. And so our words and our body and our mind and our heart can all get synced up.
Be aligned.
Holistic. Oh, yeah, in our communication to one another. Now, I've got a couple examples, but I also want to, just a little word of caution that we don't overdo this, that we don't turn into like private investigators and overthink or overanalyze everything. This is just noticing. This is just observation.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of things that we've observed. It was reflected back to me that when I bring something up that it feels significant or worrisome, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. Not ready to process it. My hand comes right out. I mean, this is literally.
Full stop.
So this is. So here's something I want to say, but I don't really want to talk about it right now.
Okay.
This happens.
I hear that. Let's put a pin in it. Okay. Apparently, we're not going to talk about it right now.
Real subtle.
Yeah.
Real subtle. She's a pro, so.
Don't know what that means.
Don't know what that means.
Nope.
All right. And you?
I've got this tendency when I am anxious about something, Brian will notice that I start chewing my lip or picking on my fingers. And sometimes I'm aware of it, but most often I'm not. And sometimes I'll even say, oh, I'm not anxious or I'm not worried about something. And then that's Brian's opportunity to say, well, I'm noticing that you're chewing your lip. Maybe you're a little bit more anxious about this than what you were aware of.
Mm-hmm. Just that non-judgmental noticing that we can offer to our spouse.
Yeah. So it's important to notice when there might be a miss too between what you're saying and what your spouse is hearing. And so this is an opportunity to see, like, if there's a miss, then what might I be doing with my body that is creating that discrepancy? So that's a great time to observe. Like, if they're not hearing what I think I'm saying, then, what is it that I'm doing that might be communicating something else?
You say that you want to go out, but your body is telling me something different. And so there's the discrepancy.
Yeah.
Trying to take opportunity to notice during those moments.
Yeah. I'm doing this because how often you're like, I'm fine. I love you. And just all of this. But so we got to take responsibility.
Come on over.
Yeah. It's like something that's a carryover from when our 3-year-old self.
That's right.
I'm fine.
I'm sitting down on the inside.
So we do have to take responsibility for what our body is communicating. So even though we want to say, well, I didn't say that because my words didn't say it. If our body is saying something different, we have to be aware of it. That's the first part, notice. But then also we do have to take responsibility and be able to say, I'm sorry if I communicated something different with my body. And then the third thing is that means that our bodies can be such a great, wonderful tool of expressing what we do want our spouse to believe and hear. And so we're able to be really intentional about how we touch, how we reassure.
I hear that.
Yes. Being open, being loving, having those expressions. So the more we're aware of that and notice those things, the more we're able to really utilize it in a way that is strengthening and building of our spouse.
And this isn't by accident. This is by design. God loves you. God designed you. And He has communicated His love to you, not just verbally, but by body language.
Yeah. He came in a body.
He came in a body.
For a reason.
Died on the cross for you, rose from the dead for you. That was all done with Jesus' body as a way of communicating and backing up everything He said. God loves you with body language. So receive that, believe that, and wow, what a powerful way to communicate love. One of the goals that we have for each other and we have for you is that you as a spouse can grow in your skills in convincing your spouse how loved they are. So let your body language tell that beautiful story.
Yes. So have fun today with your body.
What's it gonna say?
Those are our hopes for your marriage.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.